I triple crowned Barbara to bring you the answers that matter. And before you ask, no, that was absolutely not necessary. I just love Babs. But I will be showing you the difference in healing ability between Barbara and Kokomi. Let's discuss equipment first. Prototype Amber is going to be the weapon of choice. It is Barbara's best in slot if healing is what you want. Mine is at R5. As for artifacts, a full Maiden Beloved set is the best for direct healing. We can discuss other options later. I went for full HP stats on this set as both Kokomi and Barbara's healing scale off of their max HP. Of course, on the hat, we can forgo that and go for healing bonus instead. As for constellations, it's absolutely more than possible to have C6 Barbara, so I don't think this is a crazy comparison between C6 Barbara and C0 Kokomi. As for talents, I baited you here because Barbara is triple crowned, but Kokomi is too. I just have a thing for healers, alright? I seek immortality. Again, this was not necessary. Please don't do this unless you two like to meme. Or you really want to. Don't let me tell you what to do. Alright, administrative things out of the way, let's meet our very willing participant, Mr. Immortal himself. Just kidding, many Zhonglis were injured in the making of this video. I'm loading this man up with all HP artifacts because we are going to need them. We'll be using a thick 52k HP to see maximum healing potential. The fried egg is the reviving item of choice, so all tests will start out with 150 HP. Fairly negligible, so we'll just ignore that for now. First up, let's test Barbara's skill. If you know anything about Barbara's skill, it heals on hit, so this test is comparable to how you use Kokomi's skill. In an instance where you drop the skill and switch to another character, most likely in the Abyss where you don't have time to spend spamming 1 damage attacks to heal everyone up. Oh, 24k? Maybe 52 was a bit overkill, although 24 is still pretty respectable since it is around or above the average HP for most characters with non-main stat HP artifacts. Barbara's ult is up next. The single skill is overall better than anything Kokomi can offer. Barbara will bring you back from Death's Abyss in a matter of, well, instantaneously. Without the added bonus from Prototype Amber, we have 38.7k HP, and with the added 6 seconds, we have a whopping 51.3. This is absurd! Who will ever need this much healing? Alright, switching over to Kokomi now, we drop the skill and sit here for a few seconds. A few seconds turns out to be about 10, which isn't really that bad, but from experience, I can confirm that 10 seconds can feel like forever. We see Kokomi's skill has relatively the same HP gain as Barbara's ult. And because I'm a healing enthusiast, I will show you the difference between Amber and the donut. I mean, Everlasting Flames. Moonglow. Everlasting Moonglow is R1 by the way, and it seems that not even 52k is enough for this beast of a weapon. Alright, let's take this show onto the field. Kokomi's up first. Kokomi's ult literally does 0 healing if you don't hit anything, so that's why we didn't test it earlier. In an effort to use the basic attack as many times as possible, we end up with a respectable 44.9k. Barbara reminds me that this was not the ideal domain to test in, and not just because the slimes are immune, but because of the time limit. I've checked the length of the skill against the allotted time, and it seems accurate enough, the skill being 15 seconds and the domain length being 20, so we should be fine. We see a decent 41k from Barbara, give a little, because she was still healing at the end. And a few closing remarks in case you came here trying to decide if you want to pull Kokomi or not. I triple crowned Barbara well before making content, so with certainty I can say I'm an OG Barbara main. I farmed this maiden set almost a year ago to make her cracked, and I can say that it definitely worked for a long time. But when it comes down to it, I do like Kokomi better. If you want to apply the wet status, Kokomi is the way to go. Barbara has a better way of applying wet to you and only enemies in your very close proximity. If you want a healer, again, Kokomi is the way to go. Barbara's skill gives 3 bursts of healing while Kokomi offers 6, both assuming you switch to another character since both of them heal themselves in the first second upon triggering. Barbara's ult is her redeeming quality, but you have to manage her energy to make sure it's there when you need it. Throwing down Kokomi's skill is very fast and easy in any rotation and lasts for a while. Furthermore, Barbara's a great option for healing, but that's really all she does. With the introduction of the clam set, Kokomi can do considerable damage. As I mentioned earlier, in order to take advantage of Barbara's on-hit healing during her skill, you have to sacrifice a lot of time and a lot of damage. But Kokomi's ult actually increases her damage by a considerable amount. Even without the clam set or much gear consideration, I was hitting 5k on Kokomi's normal attack during her ult. I do enjoy how Barbra's normal attack sequence was 4-hit, which somehow makes her seem less clunky than Kokomi, which is insane because Barbra's incredibly clunky, but it's a minor trade-off for the amount of healing and damage that you're getting. Overall, I think Kokomi is the perfect 5-star option for Barbra, but as always, consider what your team is and how useful she'll be. On a Geo team with consistent shields and no EM, you probably wouldn't benefit from an on-demand healer like these two. Probably a burst healer like Bennett or Diona. On-demand meaning that you can heal from their skill. Chi-Chi would also fall into the on-demand category, but somehow I am still not a Chi-Chi haver, so TBD on that video. Don't forget to like and sub if you found this comparison useful and have better insight into Kokomi's skill as a healer, and best of luck in your gacha. May immortality find you too.